Hey, it's Make It Make Sense, Mary. How is your day? We are here at Stop Playing Studios, and I have the pleasure of being with Squishy today. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm doing wonderful. So, super excited to be here with you today.
I'm so happy to be here. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, awesome.
San Antonio.
Awesome. So that's what I was going to ask you. So, San Antonio, have you been here before?
I've been here once. I was on tour with Carolyn Rodriguez, and we came through, did a little pop-up, but now I'm out here just meeting everybody.
Yeah. Nice. So I know that you're from LA. I'm from Virginia. So we're from two different sides of the United States. And now we're here together doing this interview. So that's pretty sweet, right?
Awesome.
Yeah, so tell us about your music. So I had the opportunity to listen to a couple of your songs. I thought that it was very unique music. I feel like the songs were very different.
Yeah.
And I thought that they were all good and all had a message.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I like to, bring some music that's gonna uplift and edify people, but also, have a message in there. I come from the streets also, so I mix a little bit of that with it. I've delved into pop and dance. You know what I mean? But I'm a singer, songwriter, and an MC.
Nice.
I don't really want to say a rapper, but I am an MC. I like to entertain as well. So my music is just really, to help heal people, because music healed me through so many different things. So that's really what I want to produce, and that's what I'm producing in all my tracks, all my different types of tracks.
Awesome. So that's actually cool that you said that, because I don't know if you know, but Make It Make Sense Mary is all about mental health as well. So we always kind of talk about that a little bit. Kind of at the end of the interview most of the time, unless somebody brings it up and we kind of dive right in. But I think you're right. Like, music can really heal people. You know what I mean? Like, that message is very important. It gets you through like tough times and whatever. And not just that, but the variety of music too. I'm all about people stepping outside of the box. You know what I mean? Like, you don't just have to do one type of music.
Yeah.
So
I'm an artist, so every different genre I can find something that speaks to me. And mental health is wealth. You know what I mean? I feel like I heal so much through music. As a kid, I remember listening to certain people, and now I have the opportunity to work with them, like Carolyn Rodriguez. Definitely an awesome thing to go through something, and you have this artist in your head and a certain image of them because you're over here healing with them, and they don't even know that. And now, as an artist, I get to meet with them and chop it up with them, and they recognize me as an artist. And I think that's amazing. That's where my mental health is like amazing right now.
Awesome. That's good. I can feel you seem like it is, if that makes any sense. And I know that we're just meeting, but like, you have a very good vibe about you, and you're radiating good energy.
I got that peace, baby.
Yes. Send it over here. Me too, but I can always use some more. Right. No, that's sweet though, because I'm not a musician, but listening to music for the same reasons, just growing up and whatever, I can't imagine having that opportunity to meet someone that kind of just motivated me or got me through whatever, and not only that, sing for them or perform for them or whatever. So that was probably awesome.
Collab.
Yeah.
Like, to actually be in a room and like bounce off of each other and vibe with them too, and produce an awesome record. Me and Carolyn were able to vibe together. We have some music coming together because we were able to sit down and be like, hell yeah, you can do this, hell yeah. Me and Miss Sancha too in LA with Low Profile Records, we're working together. It's just amazing. I'm amazed at how far I've come so far.
That's crazy. No, that's awesome. Like, I'm excited for you. And I can imagine, like, even from her side of things, it was probably super cool for her too to work with you and just hear like your story and whatever, to get together and collab and stuff. That's awesome. So I know that you said you're an entertainer. You said you're an MC. You don't want to say that you're a rapper. You like to entertain. And I was looking through your Instagram, was stalking you for the past little while. And like I said, your music is really good. And I was just looking at all your pictures and stuff, and I'm like, this is a boss ass bitch. Like, I can just tell. Like, so. So what makes you, like, what kind of just gets you going when you're entertaining? And the second question, what show have you done and where you felt like your energy, the crowd's energy, and everybody was just like on 1,000 like never before?
Oh yeah, I like to keep the crowd jumping. You know, I like to interact with the crowd and get them participating. You know what I mean? I like to just, you know, MC and get them their blood flowing. You know what I mean? And jumping with me.
Right.
Let me think. One of my first shows that I did, and there was little people there. There was like maybe 8 people there.
Yeah.
There was like 8 people there.
Hey, that's how it goes.
You know, but if you got 2 people, 8 people, or 1,000 people, you still, for me, I'm like, I'm gonna give it my all, and I want to get these people jumping. You know what I mean? And they didn't even know my song. I barely knew my song. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
And these people were singing along with me, and like I was like, yeah, you know what I mean? So one of those that time, and then when I did Day of Unity this year, I opened up for Carolyn, and I had about maybe 150 people in front of me who were bobbing their head and had never heard me before. You know what I mean? And they were just like, had people coming up to me afterward, you know, wanted my card and everything. So
that's awesome.
That was one a good highlight this year. Yeah.
How does that feel? Like you said, it's like it's crazy to think when you sit back how far you've come, right?
Yeah.
So you went from 8 people to performing with Carolyn and having 150 people at least, I'm sure, you know, rocking out and more, and people coming to you after the show and all that. Like, how did you feel? What was that like adrenaline?
I felt so ecstatic, you know what I mean? And like still had to like keep my cool.
Right.
Keep it yellow. You know what I mean? But it was cool. It was pretty awesome. Shit. Just when I get home at the end of the day and I look at myself in the mirror, it's like, I am that motherfucker.
Exactly.
I love it.
And we definitely have to tell ourselves.
We have to recognize our wins, you know what I mean? You know, with stride, with grace.
Absolutely. Always humble, you know, be humble and have gratitude and all that. But sometimes you have to look in the mirror and be like, you know what, I'm the shit.
Like,
God,
yeah.
wait a minute. Exactly. That's awesome. So I feel like when you are in the entertainment industry, especially, it's very important to have a good team of people around you. Definitely. So do you have a team? Tell me about your team. So I know you have an awesome manager.
I have Mousy here who's helping me out in San Antonio, taking me everywhere and meeting awesome people like yourself. But when I'm home, it's myself networking with people. I've been fortunate to network and connect with like people like Royalty with Low Profile Records, who's been an awesome help in like connecting me with other people and plugging me in with his people. And so that's a great investment that they're putting in me to, you know, start working with their people, and, you know, we all just feed off of each other. Yeah. So I have a bunch of different people who want to help me out when they can. When I'm in Arizona, my best friend since like 7th grade still helps me out. Went and got me some new shoes when I needed it before a show when I was out there. So she's my best friend. Cynthia's always been a big help for me. Shout out to Cynthia, my bestie. And even when she's far away, like she'll find a way to help me out. So she's really my team. My best friend Maria, also from like 7th grade. I mean, these people have been with me at my lowest points and at my highest points now. So I would consider them my team. That's awesome. You know, but really more often than not, I go to the show by myself. You know what I mean? And when they're able to, they come and they help me set up and put out my CDs and my cards and take pictures and videos of me. So and everybody in the crowd too. Everybody's pretty cool about like sending me videos and pictures. So shout out to everybody. You know, just being a part of my journey. You know.
For sure. Yeah. For sure. And you felt that too, Cynthia. Cynthia, do not tell me, and Maria, and Mouse. Behind the camera, that's why I keep looking at her. We're all kind of like
and Carolyn and Smitty too.
And the rest of the squad. Shout out to you guys. I don't know you guys, but I can tell that Squishy's just, you know.
They got my back. They got my back.
So that's awesome. And it's nice that you have a team that seems kind of spread out too. So it's like you don't have to be in the same spot. You can bounce around and still have people. Baby. Right. You're freaking national. Exactly. Already. You see?
She's going to take over Texas.
She's taking over Texas. She's going to take over the world. Y'all better not miss out.
We're coming.
So how important, once again, kind of tying the mental health thing back in, and you went there a little bit with what you just said, but how important just overall, not even necessarily with these specific people that we're talking about, but just for you know, the people watching, how important do you think it is to have that team? And do you think that you get the perfect team as soon as you start to say, you know, I want to be a musician? You think everything just falls into place?
Everything doesn't really just fall into place, but when things flow correctly and everything happens for a reason, you know.
For sure.
And certain people come into your life at a certain time to help you in whatever way it is, to learn you can't mess with people like that, or okay, this is exactly where I need to be going. It takes a lot to really find a good team, you know, who's gonna be there and invest in you and support your dream, because that's important too. And to remind you that you need to believe in yourself, you know, and I think that's a big part of mental health, you know, believing in yourself and believing in your path, where you're going. You know, I always say you can't stop somebody who was put on this earth, who knows exactly what they were put on this earth to do, you know. You can't.
Good
you
message.
can't, you know, because I've known since I was a kid that I had a mission here to do something, you know, to walk in love and just show people this unconditional love that we don't really see every day, you know. And I think it's important to have that team behind you too. Now that I'm growing older and I'm actually venturing out and putting my best foot forward to put my music out there, you know, it's important to have these people around me who want to see me grow, because I want to see them grow too.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's important. It's important to love each other and bring that love in, you know, because love will always conquer all things.
Yeah.
That's how I feel, and that's as far as I've gone so far.
Yeah.
You know, with love.
That's awesome, and you're giving me chills. Like I'm serious. Like you're saying a lot of good stuff. I'm a very emotional person, so I'm like, don't get misty eyed while you're talking. But like seriously, like you know, there's ups and downs throughout the journey, and you know when you know you have something special, you know it, and it takes that good team of people who, like you said, believe in you. You believe in them. You all, you know, want each other to be successful. And how you kind of kicked it off was everybody comes into your life, the way I like to put it, or have heard, for a season, for a reason, or for a lifetime is a new one. I've never heard it put together like that before. Season, reason, or lifetime. Yeah. And yeah, it's like you know, you learn a lot along the way. You gain a lot of knowledge, and you know, people are in and out, but it's always all for a reason.
And knowledge really is power, baby. You know what I mean? You have to take all of that in. I'm just soaking it all in like a sponge, you know. I'm very observant. I take my time. I'm very calculated, you know. And when people come into my life, I can feel that energy right away. I'm all about energies, you know what I mean? And I'll close off, you know. But more often than not, I'm pretty happy-go-lucky. You know what I mean? I bring the light out of people, and I love that. You know, my best friend says, like, I'm this orb, and then when I get around people, it like absorbs them. You know what I mean?
Right, that's good.
That's cool. We're absorbing the energy.
Yes. You know, that's real. You can get around somebody and just be like, look. You know what I mean? And you seem like a pretty easy to get along with type person. I mean, you know, from what I'm seeing anyway. But yeah, you know. Yeah. And that's not saying that you're like all like shitty to them and stuff off the bat, like your energy's off, you know what I mean? But no, like exactly.
Kill them with kindness, baby.
Right. Kill them with kindness, exactly. Message once again. So besides music, you said you're from LA, right? Yes. And you said you've been to Arizona, been to Texas. Where else have you?
I've been all over the place with Carolyn. We've been going on pop-ups, meet and greets with her, and I've been through New Mexico, South Dakota, Wyoming, Washington, Idaho, a bunch of different places. A bunch of different places in Washington, Seattle. I mean, the different cities in between too, like Bothell. I mean, I've been all over the place.
That's awesome.
Tucson.
That's awesome.
I've been having a great year.
Hell
I went to Hawaii too. That was great.
Ooh, I'm jealous.
I've been to a bunch of different places this year. Like I manifested it the year before. I was like, oh, I want to travel because you know we're in quarantine and coronavirus. I'm like, man, I want to travel though. You know what I mean? And it just made the way. God made the way for me to just be able to travel and do my music. You know, and meet people face to face and have that genuine connection with people. Like I don't have bot fans. Like I have real like people who want to get to know my story, you know, genuine connections with people. I'm not even gonna call them fans, like they're genuine connections with people.
Yeah, I like that. I like that because they're people. They're definitely your fans, but they're people.
They're my people.
Exactly. Isn't it crazy though? And this is kind of what I got from what you just said. Isn't it crazy how Corona, like, just kind of destroyed some people? I say it's crazy and all nonchalant. I mean, it's horrible, you know what I mean? But for some people like us, and I include myself in this, it kind of made a difference for the better, right? Yeah. Like, it made you think a little differently, made you want to just kind of move a little differently.
Yeah.
Is that kind of how it
really
was?
Did. Yeah. It was a big wake-up call, I think, for me, you know, and it helped me light a fire under my ass to really do something with my music. Yeah. I didn't want to just sit on my ass and not do anything and produce anything. I was constantly writing, doing something, you know, and this whole year I put out music, so that was awesome. I mean, this whole year I think I was talking to Mousy, I have maybe about almost 33 songs, and this is me just really kicking off.
Within a year?
Just really kicking off,
33 songs, that's insane. That's awesome. So you've been grinding, you've been working, you're not playing. Stop playing, she's not playing.
I'm glad that it brought the best out of me, you know what I mean? Because I know sometimes I can get very introvert and get in my own head and overthink things, but you know, I had to just put that somewhere else. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I feel like, you know, musicians, creators, which is kind of the same thing if you really think about it. But it's like have so many ideas, are so creative, you know, you just have that like mental Rolodex is what I call it, just rolling, you know, and you can really get in your own head and overthink things, and we can be our own worst enemy.
Worst critic.
Like, for real. So like you said, you have to say, there has to come a point where you're like, wait a minute, okay, no, like, get out of here. Like, this is not going to work. Gotta stay focused.
And that's a big thing for me, because when I was younger, I remember getting a report card. Like, I must have been, they gave me a complex. I was like, what? In 3rd grade, my teacher put in the report card that I was like, she's holding herself back. You know what I mean? I'm my worst enemy, basically, you know, and that's always been in the back of my head. So when I'm like, I need to go forward and just drive through it. And I can do this. I can take this challenge and I'm going to conquer. Yeah. You know, because in the back of my head, I'm like, I'm not my worst enemy. I can do this. Right. I can do this. I can conquer it. You know? Yeah.
So I was going to say, because teachers, and it's crazy, like when you're a kid, it's like adults, and now as adults we can see this, don't realize like, stuff like that, even if it was with good intentions or whatever, can really like mess with you and kind of get in your head.
It's been like tattooed in my brain.
Like, you know, that's something you're not going to forget. You know. So with that being said, do you feel like that? What was the teacher's name?
I don't even remember her name. It was a crazy name. It was like she had a crazy name.
Everybody's always talking about teacher. It's so funny when we're doing this.
You know what I mean?
The teacher always comes in.
Back to the teachers.
Teachers, right? Get it together.
It is a learned behavior.
But would you say this teacher that shall remain nameless, I think she's just trying to help you out right now. Would you say that in the grand scheme of things, since it stuck with you, that did it hurt you at the time and in the long run help you? Did it help you at the time? Or like how did that just impact you?
It was like, what the hell? Like when I was in 3rd grade, so I'm like, what does that even mean? What does that even mean? Right. I mean, so it was always in the back of my head. And so as I got older, I kind of understood it a little bit more as I got into my teenage crazy years. And it was like, oh, fuck, I guess I am holding myself back, but I let it like kind of drown me. And then when I started coming out of that and I started coming to surface, I started taking it like, okay, I understand it. I understand what she's saying. Yeah. Because here I am coming through all of that shit that I put myself through. Right. You know, and now I understand it more. Now I come to an understanding where, okay, I don't have to be my worst enemy.
Yeah, for sure. You know? For sure.
So it's helped me. It helped me on the end of the day, it has helped me.
Yeah. For sure. So she, like you said, everything happens for a reason. She came into your life for a season, stuck with you, and helped you in the long run.
Yeah, and now I can help other people.
Yeah, it's like sometimes stuff like that doesn't feel good, you know, when you're a kid or adult or whatever. But once you process it, it's like okay, no matter how long it takes. By the way, as long as you get it together.
I got it together.
So So you said during your wild teenage years, I just heard you say when you were talking, what's the wildest thing? Don't say nothing too crazy. Remember, what's the wildest thing you think you've just ever done, just in life? Doesn't even have to be about music. Like just some crazy shit.
In life? Oh man, I have to.
So many stories, just like running through.
So many different stories. So many stories. I guess one of the best stories that I had was the first time I had an edible. I would walk to the Metrolink, and it would take me into town, and it would take me wherever the hell I wanted to, because I had tokens at the time, and it would just fucking take me anywhere. And I took edibles, big ass like sponge. This was when they were like sponges, and they were like, you know, enjoy.
Like they didn't know what was really.
You should probably just take pieces. You know what I mean? And I took little pieces. Shit, 10 minutes later, this is not doing anything. Ate the whole thing. I mean, I swear it was like a sponge cake. Okay. And I get into that metro, and all I remember was everything going. Like, whoa, whoa. And it was only like maybe a 10-minute drive, but that shit felt like I was there for like an hour, seeing lights and shit.
That's so funny. And like you said, like at one point in life, it was just like fend for yourself, like take pieces. Don't eat the whole thing, right?
Yeah,
like you said 10 minutes later.
I'm balls to the wall, you know. I'm all in. I need to do it.
That is hilarious. And you're where all the good edibles are and stuff too. Just
Oh yeah.
So I went to LA for the first time this past summer. Actually, I had never been to California before. Period.
Oh really?
So yeah, went to LA with a few people from here. Actually, we had a really good time. It was really nice. Very nice.
You have to go through downtown and everything like that.
We went. Where did we go? We went to Santa Monica Beach. We went to Venice Beach.
Yeah,
we went to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's house.
Oh,
like, we were just doing like random shit. We wanted to catch some movie shit, you know, whatever. And then, you know, there were a few artists with us or whatever, so they did music videos and stuff while we were there too, just to catch some different scenery. So it was cool. It was cool. But so what do you have coming up? I know you mentioned it kind of throughout, but like specifically where are you going, what shows you have coming up? Tell us about your CD, your album. Just tell us some more about your music and where we can find you.
Yeah, so I mean, we're doing a little mini tour right now. Me and Mousy are going everywhere, and throughout Texas right now. San Antonio, I think we're doing Austin, Dallas, Houston. I think we're gonna try Laredo, and just kind of, you know, meet everybody, try and get on this side, because I'm always in LA. But now venturing out. Yeah. So I'm not too sure where else we're going. I know I'm gonna probably get back on the bus with Carolyn and do some more greets with her. But I'm trying to go to Paris. Right. I'm trying to go to Miami. Yes. You know what I mean? Canada really fucks with me. I'm trying to go to Canada. So I need to get all that taken care of.
You have your passport?
I need to get that taken care of.
You gotta get that passport. Look, and I'm gonna tell you this just because I feel like you gave me a lot of good stuff that I'm gonna keep with me and that I can relate to too, right? So I'm trying not to sit here and just like have a conversation, like talking about myself too with her and just like forgetting the camera because I'm like, I feel like we can talk about something. But with that being said, I kind of said the same thing last year before I moved here. I'm from Virginia. I've been here for about a year. It was August, and I was like, you know what? Like, the teacher almost was in my head, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm like, so I'm just, no. So I quit my job. A couple months later, moved here. Everyone's like, Marianne's losing her mind. And I'm like, I'm fine, guys. Like, everybody relax. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just kind of went for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And got out of my own head and just kind of took a risk and whatever. So, yeah. So
I mean, that's what happened with me, too. I was working at Fox Studios. Doing executive protection there, my regular career, and coronavirus and everything, so they laid me off. Yeah. And it was just like, damn, what am I gonna do? I don't want to reapply and start at the bottom again, like, you know. And so my friend Smitty was like, why don't you just come on the road with Carolyn and us? And so they took a chance on me, and I said, shit, I'm gonna do it. That's how I ended up like producing my collaboration album. I just have a bunch of like my features, some 2 singles on there from some projects that I have. Went on the road and just started planting seeds, you know, not even selling them, sometimes just like, hey, you know, follow me, you know, I have all my link tree, my IG, just, you know, follow me, stream me. So, I mean, that was a godsend for me. I think that was a blessing because I was able to just put all of my energy into the music.
Right.
Like, this is either gonna happen or it's not. And
Exactly.
I'm gonna put my best foot forward, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I have so much faith in myself. I know that it's gonna work. And so I said, fuck it. I put my money into, getting like 100 copies, got a grip of flyers, got some shirts made too, and people loved it. And it just really is very affirming for me. Like, I need to be doing this. I can do this.
Absolutely.
And I am doing this.
Absolutely, you are doing this. Exactly. You're going to continue to do this and get even better and better. That's awesome. Yeah. Let me see that. Can I see this? So, love this. This looks really good. And you know what I like about this? First of all, I like the fact that you have all your just ducks in a row, right? So, like you said, I went to you have your link tree and all that stuff. So, when you go to Squishy's Instagram, links in the bio, click the link tree. All the songs are there. It tells you, who's the features and, everything.
Yeah.
So, really cool. I like this a lot also because I don't feel like everybody does this anymore. CDs, like everything's online or like Spotify, Apple Music.
People are talking USBs. I'm like,
right, exactly. Somebody came in here and they were selling, or they made CDs and whatever. So they were saying, do you guys want some CDs for Stop Playing, whatever. They had a CD where you opened it up. And not only did it have the disc, it had the USB drive in the case.
Oh, wow.
Which was like weird, right? I mean, it's kind of cool. I'd never seen that before, but it was kind of weird. It was like two different like worlds in the same thing. Yeah. But I think this is much more valuable and has like an impact. And like you said, you don't even have to charge for it all the time if you don't want to. Just putting something like physical in somebody's hand.
Just sowing your seeds.
Right. It makes a difference. And I think this looks really good. I like it.
Thank you. And it takes, it takes a lot of effort. The person, Malo, shout out to Malo Designs, my homeboy, he always does my cover art. But it takes a lot to do. I mean, he had to do the spine, the back of it, the cover, the inside of it.
Yep.
That's what takes a lot of work.
It really is. It really is. Like, yeah, like I've looked on a couple little websites or whatever, just doing flyers and stuff, and I see where you can do the album covers and everything. And I mean, you even have to do the inside too sometimes, like the inside, right, the behind the CD, like all kinds of stuff. So yeah, shout out to him for sure because he did the thing.
I'm telling you. And then I got the jewel cases. I got them plastic wrap.
For sure, official.
I'm very proud of this.
Yeah, you should be. For sure. And then, like you said, you got some cards too. So everybody has business cards, right? Or not everybody, but you see a lot of business cards. But these bad boys are going to stick in your brain, and you're going to remember these. So tell us about these. What if we scan? Where do we go?
We go to my IG right here. This is my scan it.
Oh yeah.
You hover over it with the camera, take you right to my IG. This one right here is my link tree.
Oh, I'm proud.
My music videos, interviews, also all my songs. My hyperlinks where you can go get me on Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, all that good stuff.
Everywhere.
Everywhere, baby.
Yeah. Awesome. So, we're like, ding.
I got my legendary empowerment jacket right here. Thank you. Shout out to Mama Girl Brisa.
This looks really good.
Sponsors me,
Oh, and what's her name again?
Legendary Empowerment Brisa. Yeah.
Sweet. Nice. That's a very nice jacket. Nice picture, nice everything. This is official. I like it a lot. So, we're going to get one more fun fact about you, and then I won't keep holding you hostage for too long. So, I see you have a lot of tattoos.
Oh, yeah.
And they look good. I love tattoos
I got some on
myself.
my legs too.
Yeah, I'm all covered up, but yours are actually pretty sweeter than mine. So can we get a little info on what inspired these, if anything, or?
I mean, I like old school classic tattoos, and hopefully this will be all with like my family's portraits and stuff over here. I might get another Hina over here because I think she just looks badass.
She does.
I have my first rose right here. This was my first Friday the 13th tattoo. It's just like a sweet, like a little UFO,
so
and
cute.
it's taking me away. And this
awesome.
is like a cool, like skull expression, like.
That's what's
I mean, this says Ahava in Hebrew. That means love, because I feel like I walk in love, and I could spread that. I studied Hebrew for a little bit too, so that's why it's on me.
Nice.
I drew this up. Yeah. Oh, but I mean, sure.
Official. You have any music? Anything related to music, tattoo wise?
Not yet. I don't actually. What the hell is wrong with me?
Right,
I wanted to get like underground or something on me. I need to get maybe like instead of a teardrop, I could get like a little note or something.
No. That's actually the best thing you said so far. That's so wise, totally. That's great. Everybody be like doing super double ticks. Like,
Double
do
ticks.
we ask?
Oh, yeah,
Should we be concerned?
That's a no.
And you know what it is, exactly. Well, I've enjoyed this time with you today for sure. Like,
thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, you seem like
vibing with me.
Yeah, for sure. You seem like a great person, talented person, good heart. Like I said, good energy radiating off of you.
Thank you so much. I
Yeah,
appreciate y'all for having me.
for sure.